Hi, my name is Patrick Regnér, and I am a professor of strategic management at Stockholm School of Economics, and I teach strategy as a faculty member of the SSE Executive MBA. No matter if you're a corporate or organizational executive, or if you're an entrepreneur, or maybe a financial investor, or financial analyst, or maybe consultant, strategy is of vital importance. And that is why strategy is a core course in all MBA programs. Together with some colleagues in the UK, I write a global leading strategy textbook, Exploring Strategy, and we define strategy as the long-term direction of an organization. And this relates to fundamental questions about the survival and success of organizations. Why have Apple? Why have IKEA? Why have Toyota consistently been so successful over time, while others have not been as successful and many have even failed? Well, this depends on that they have lasting competitive advantages. And non-for-profit organizations and public organizations also need advantages. They need to be relatively better than others that perform similar tasks. Otherwise, of course, well, then others may as well take over what they are doing. So in the MBA executive program, we learn and discuss strategy in terms of what competitive advantages are, how you and your organization and your company and your business unit can achieve and protect competitive advantages, and also how you can plan for them, how you can implement them, and how you can develop strategy that provide for competitive advantages. We do this by applying strategy theories and by applying strategy principles to your organizations and your companies and to real life business situations in cases and in projects. So let's take any industry or any sector. No matter if you are an incumbent, an existing company or organization in this industry or sector, or if you consider a startup in it or consider to invest in it, there are some fundamental issues, strategic issues that you have to explore. First, you need to understand the business landscape, including the customers or clients and their needs and their power. Of course, you need to understand the competitors, you need to understand any other actors, suppliers, partners, and so forth. And you also need to understand the broad macro trends around the industry and around the sector. This concerns competitive positioning, and this is an important and fundamental part of strategy. Second, you must determine any competitive advantages you may have in your own organizational resources or in your competences or technologies or business processes, or how you possibly may create those competitive advantages. This concerns capability positions, and they must fit with your competitive positions. So this is fundamental. You have two fundamental parts, competitive positions and capability positions, and they must fit together. But then we may ask ourselves, so how do we go about this strategy task? How do we do strategy in a sense? Well, there are two basic ways to build strategic knowledge. First, we can carefully analyze, carefully plan, and this is a basis for your strategy formulation. And this will influence your competitive positions. It will also influence your capability positions. Second, and no matter how much you analyze, how careful you are in your planning, You also need to build on feedback gained as you implement strategy. So learning by doing, experimental knowledge is also needed in strategy formation over time as the sector and the industry that you're active in, or indeed the macro environment, may change over time. This will also influence your competitive positions and capability positions. These four fundamental strategy perspectives provide a foundation that we will build on in the course in the executive program where we discuss strategy. And I am really, really looking forward to discuss these issues with you. Thank you.